Okay. Let me just get started here. Honestly, so let me just get started here, and so, ooh, so I know that the recent Nintendo Direct has been here, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Let me just get a few things here before I get started. Sorry for the inconvenience here. So okay. So we're gonna copy this link, and we're going to go to my Twitter here. I'm not gonna post it to any other story. I'm just gonna post it to my Instagram and Facebook story. But you guys can get the idea if you guys don't follow me on Twitter. So we're gonna say just to let everybody know that this stream is going on right now. So I want to I'm sorry. I want to welcome everybody here to the stream. So for anyone who is just coming in, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are doing very well on this night. And if you have any questions while I'm doing the stream, you can send those in the chat. You know, I'm always happy to answer questions, and right now this is gonna be just a discussion. This is gonna be face to face, nothing a presentation, nothing like that. We're gonna just do this face to face, and we're gonna do it right. So, okay. All right then. Okay. So, honestly, I got like a bunch of notes here. I've taken like a bunch of notes here from like the latest track. It was like 40 minutes of this, and I took like 2 or 3 pages worth of notes, and honestly, some of this stuff is real interesting, and um, that is something that I really just need to know, honestly, and we'll do it. So first, starting off, um, the announcements, the big announcements, honestly, that are that is Pikmin 4 and the Metroid I think it's like a Metroid trilogy remaster. I'm not too sure about that. It's a it's a Metroid Dread remaster. I don't understand. Um, I don't know if I put that in my notes. I'll have to check again. Or I think I have a video of it. I'm not too sure though. To be honest with you, I am not really too sure. Um, Planet Origins. Let me see here. Strikers. Oh, okay. Metroid Prime Remaster. So the biggest ones were the Metroid Prime Remaster and the Metro Prime Remaster and the Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 announcements. So honestly, when it comes to those games, um I'm not really like big on those franchises, but honestly, from what I saw in the announcement trailers, in the trailers when I saw the direct, it looked quite interesting, to be honest with you, and it I just felt like it was a big step for Nintendo, just the fact that we gotten the fourth installment. Actually, I think it's the fourth installment. Isn't it the fourth installment of the Pikmin series? I'm not too sure. But the fourth installment of the Pikmin series and a remaster of Metroid Prime, which honestly is one of the biggest games that we've had so far. Um, so, you know, Metroid Metroid is a big one. I know a lot of people say that game is great, especially Pikmin 4. Everybody's excited for Pikmin 4 and Metroid Prime Remastered, since those are the biggest announcements, because those games are worth getting, and I like that they're focusing a lot on that, because honestly the last direct didn't show any of it, and it was really just sad, to be honest. So I'm glad at this time Nintendo at least did something to at least show some love for the bigger franchises that they got as well for that. Um okay, so the Nintendo Switch headlines. They talked a lot about the Nintendo Switch headlines, the big Nintendo Switch things that you need to get. Um, so first off is the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC, the season pass. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really into the whole microtransaction thing. So, but it looks really cool from what I hear, and it's nice that they're doing that. But I'm not really that big on keen with the season pass. Not because I don't agree with the microtransaction business model that gaming companies have now gone nowadays. But it's nice to see it in here, along with Splatoon 3, as well as Splatoon 3, because now it's getting like a wave 1 later on. So it's nice to see as well. It's real nice to see as well. I really did. It really is kind of interesting, to be honest, and you know, a lot of these games have now had DLC with them, and it's just kind of like a weird business model, and such a bad one, to be honest with you. And so it's just really really bad, and kind of weird, to be honest with you. So those are the announcements for the DLC. If it has any more, then we'll see here, because I took a lot of notes during this. So the Boeing 3. And most of these, I'm gonna be honest, are most of these are expected to be in summer of 2023. So actually, that is about a couple months from now, maybe June, maybe July. Don't really know when those will be, but I can tell you that it's in the summer. That's all I can tell you. There's no concrete release date in the summer. There's just gonna be summer 2023. They didn't announce anything else, so honestly, that's what I'm getting, and that's pretty great, honestly. Yeah, and the DLC. The DLC is gonna become. It came on later that day as well, so you can pre-order it now. And yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's see here. Gosh. I'm sorry, guys, if you're listening to this. So, new games coming out for like the month. So, new games coming out this year. So, Fashion Dream, there's a new Fashion Dream game where you can customize, I think, like a celebrity or something, like something based, like you're living a celebrity's life, with the Kim Kardashian Hollywood, that with the mobile game that came out like a few years ago, and Kim Kardashian was really popular for that game as well. So that game is gonna be released sometime in 2023. Don't know when, but in somewhere in the future, that game will be released in 2023. So if anybody is looking forward to a game that is like that, it will be released somewhere in 2023. Do not quote me what the release date is, because I don't know what the release date is. Now, Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. That's a game that looks very interesting, honestly, with the Dead Cells and the Return to Castlevania. It has a spin on the Castlevania games, which is interesting, to be honest. And this game is gonna be released in about a month on the 6th. So it's gonna be released on the 6th which I don't know. I don't know. Quote me wrong on this. Um, it's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be at the beginning of the week. So Monday, March 6th. So that's the day you can expect. You can expect Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. Pre-orders begin today. Actually, begin on the day of the direct. So the pre-orders begin at the day of the direct. So you can pre-order it if you want. I'm not pushing this as an ad or anything, but like I said, I'm just letting you guys know what's going on at this point, and seems very interesting. I would say I honestly would pre-order it if I had the chance, cause that game looks real interesting. Um, Tron Identity or something like that. Tron Identity. Um, it releases sometime in April. Don't know when that releases, but that seems honestly, it looks very interesting. It looks really good, and the graphics speak for themselves, and the game is good and looks very great, honestly. But but it's not something I would pick up, honestly. To be frankly honest with you, it's not something I would pick up. I'm not really into that stuff, so um, but it's there if you guys want to go and pre-order it. It's gonna be released sometime in April. For anybody who's wanting to know that, it's gonna be somewhere released in April. Uh, Same with Ghost Trick. Ghost Trick is a brand new game. Uh, it was kind of hard to remember what game it was gonna be, but it's not something I would really get, honestly, since I'm not interested in that either. So, but it for anyone who wants to know, it's gonna be released sometime in summer 2023. Don't know when, but somewhere in 2023. Summer 2023 to be exact. So, yeah, it's so some of these games I'm really excited for. Sorry. Some of these games I'm really excited for, and most of these games I'm really excited for. Some I don't really care about, honestly, because, well, I really just have no interest in them, or just I don't really care about them, to be honest. Next one is I don't know what that says. Probably DACA Police, maybe. DACA Police, maybe. Um, that game, it's like a simulator type game where you play as like a police officer or something like that. Like similar to like LA Noire somewhere. I'm not really too sure. I really am into LA Noire, but I really don't know much about this game. But just to let everybody know, it's gonna be somewhere. It's gonna be somewhere in 2023, sometime in 2023, whenever it comes out. So yeah, that game is gonna be real interesting. That game is probably something I would pick up. Bayonetta Origins with Cereza and the Lost Demon. That game, I would have to say that game. I I would say that game. I've been kind of waiting for a game like this for quite a while. I haven't played any of the Bayonetta games, but I want to start off with Bayonetta Origins with that game, and I want to kind of see how the story kind of goes, and continue on with Bayonetta 1, 2, and 3 as I go on. So, that game should be good to start off with, and honestly, the game looks interesting from what I hear, and yeah. So it's gonna be released on the 17th. So the 17th, uh, 17th, like around next month. 17th is on the same day as as this month. It's on a Friday, and pre-orders are still going on. So if anybody wants to pick up that game is good as gold. That game should be very interesting. And yeah. Splatoon 3 expansion pack, you know how I feel about that. Okay. Ooh, so the big announcement for Mario Kart fans. Wave 4 is gonna be released sometime here in 2023, spring 2023. And from what I was looking at, it seemed like they brought in a brand new character as part of the DLC, and I think a brand new track. There's no remastered tracks in Wave 4, but not that I heard of, but the last three waves we got like 3DS Rainbow Road, Maple Treeway, a lot of those other ones, the Mario Kart Tour tracks, some other tracks that I can't specify, but Wave 4 is going a little bit simplistic this time. I would have expected a little more, maybe like 2 or 3 new tracks for this wave, but who am I to argue? We kind of needed that for quite a while. A new character, maybe a new track in one of them, but I still think we needed like a 2 or 3 more tracks to kind of complement Yoshi's Island as a brand new track. But who do I know? I'm not somebody who works at Nintendo. Next thing on the list is Disney Illusion Island. So for any of the big Disney fans out there who want to spice up their fun with the Disney games, that game is one of those games that isn't very interesting, since that game, in my eyes, I believe that game, in my honest opinion, that game is probably a must pick up for any Disney fan, or for anybody who plays video games, to be honest with you. So that game should be very interesting. Yeah. But it releases July 28th. But pre-orders begin today. Pre-orders began the day of the direct as well. So all the pre-orders began on the day of the direct. So all the pre-orders that I listed here begin on the day of the direct. So if you guys have missed the day of the direct and wanted to pre-order the game, you can still do that until the release date. Fire Emblem, what's that game called? Fire Emblem, damn it, I forgot. Fire Emblem, Fire Emblem Engage. There's an expansion pass DLC coming out So yeah, you can pre-order Wave 1 on the day of the direct. So Fire Emblem Engage has a DLC coming to it, um so that will be one of the things that you can pick up as well for any Fire Emblem fans. Yeah. Wave 2 doesn't release until later. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, I have a couple more things here. So, Harmony the Fall Rivera, uh, it's like, I don't know what to even call it at this point. I They don't even know what to call it at this point. I think it's like an RPG sort of game. So it's like an RPG sort of game. So that game is relatively good for it. Dang it. I have really bad reception here. I don't understand what's going on. Okay. Okay. So Harmony the Fall Rivera, it's released sometime in June 2023. Sometime around there. I don't know when that releases. Okay. Next is Octopath Traveler 2. That game should be very interesting. I don't know what that game is going on for. But that should be good. That should be good, and that should be interesting. Actually, there is a demo for it as well. So the demo is demo. You can get it now. But it releases on the 24th. So like the 24th is like 2 Fridays from now. So you have like about a week to get it. So for anyone who doesn't pre-order now, you'll be out of luck on the 24th. So that's something. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I gotta find out which one I did. Okay, so next one is We Love Calamari. It's gonna be released around. It's gonna be released June 2nd, 2023. And from what I hear, it's a really colorful game. It's a really colorful game, and it kind of is like an RPG sort of style game. So that game should be very interesting. Keep in mind, I'm not really interested in these games, but for you guys who are here and who are participating, then these games might be interesting to you, but that would be that I'm not really interested in these games. So yeah, but it releases on June 2nd, 2023, so about a couple months from now. Which that is going to be released on a Friday. So for those people who like a Friday, you get a game release on a Friday. So good for you. And in the summer too. Okay. Next up, we got Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars will release on the 29th of August. So Sea of Stars, if I'm not corrected, is also an RPG. So Yeah, it's also an RPG, The Sea of Stars. So that game on will be released September 29th, actually August 29th, 2023. So right around the end of the summer for people who go back to school. Um okay. Another one is Omega is a fighting game. It's Omega Strikers. That releases on the 27th of April. So if I look in my calendar here, the 27th will be released. The 27th is on a Thursday, so the 27th. So if anybody wants to pick that up, the 27th is the day to pick that up. And, you know, uh, it should be a very interesting fighting game. From what I looked at, it's a pretty good one. It's kind of like, what is it, like Punch Out? Uh, I haven't played Punch Out, but it's a really good game. It's kind of like a boxing simulator, so yeah. That game should be really good honestly. I really am looking forward to that. Okay. Ooh. All right. Let me look back here. It, it Arterian Odyssey Origins Collection. That will be released on the first of the first of June. 1st of June of 2023. So 1st of June, which is on a Thursday. So you can pre-order it after the direct. So after the direct, if you guys are going after, if you guys are watching the direct, you can pre-order it after the direct, or I think it already passed. So on the day of the direct, you can pre-order it. So that's good enough. Advance Wars, for people who are fans of Advance Wars Reboot Camp 1 and 2. It released on the 21st of April of this year. Pre-orders begin on the game today, so that game will release on the day of the direct. Will release will release on the 21st. And for anyone who's looking at that one, yeah. So yeah, Advance Wars is pretty cool. I gotta admit, it's a really cool game. They really stepped up the graphics with this, so it's quite interesting to say the least. Now, here's some pretty good things that I'm gonna say here. So, I'm gonna be here all day doing this. So, okay. So first thing is Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So, that game, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I have anything to say about this game, that game, the last Kirby was amazing. I played the last Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It was like a demo. I played it like back in the summer. A really good experience. It was honestly a really good experience. I even got to play Nintendo Switch Sports at that event too. So that was a really good game to get in myself into, even though a lot of people kind of give Nintendo Switch Sports a lot of flack. But my honest thoughts about about Kirby and the Forgotten Land, honestly, it was really amazing. A game I really would like to experience again. It's a really great RPG. And I haven't really played many of the Kirby games except for like Planet Robobot demo, I think. But that's obviously one of those games that I never seemed to get the full version of. So yeah, that game was good in its own right, and there is a demo now that has released on the day of the direct, and it releases on the 24th, so like on a Friday, the same day that the Octopath Traveler 2 releases. So for all you Kirby fans out there, you get a really special treat. So that's great. On to other announcements. So the NSO. Gonna be honest, the Nintendo Switch Online, it's not changed at all. Very sad about that. But the good news about it is that we now get Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games. So Game Boy Advance games include Tetris, Super Mario Land 2, 2 Golden Coins, and I think Wario Land is one of those games. So that should be something to look forward to. Game Boy Advance games, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I gotta look back at my notes here. I gotta look back at my notes. Mario Kart Super Circuit and Zelda Minish Cap. Mario Kart Super Circuit and Zelda Minish Cap. Those are the other 2 games that I forgot to mention. But those games will be one of those games that we'll be releasing on the NSO. Very happy that those are there. But honestly, I'm glad those are there, but I would have expected an improvement for NSO. Honestly, it's kind of a slap in the face, but new games, it's kind of how it's gone through. But yeah, so yeah, there's new things to look forward to in NSO for anybody who's looking forward to it. I still cannot get over the fact that NSO does not have a good server when it comes to online stuff. So that's kind of a bummer that that Nintendo hasn't figured out the online system for their games. Okay. Now, okay. I won't really touch on other games for this. Minecraft Legends. Okay. I don't really care about any of these games except for Mega Man. So for Mega Man fans or any Mega Man fans out there, there's a Battle Network Connect collection. There's a collection called Mega Man Battle Network. That game is going to be released on the 14th of April 2023. Looks very interesting. Looks like there's going to be a bunch of games on there. Looks really amazing actually. So that game should be very, very good to be released. So that game should be good for any fans of Mega Man. That game should be good. And probably the biggest announcement of all is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And when I saw this, it was very interesting. And I gotta admit, I gotta be honest, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, they really did improve a lot of things from um, from Zelda Breath of the Wild. So that was really something, and just the fact that that it then we get another open world Zelda game is fantastic, and you know I gotta admit it's really good, and I really enjoy it. So for anyone out there who is a big Zelda fan, or for anyone who's looking to play the next open world Zelda game, this game is for you. I really I really think it's really interesting. They did improve many things from Zelda Breath of the Wild. A lot of people love Breath of the Wild. It's no wonder why there was a sequel made for it. So honestly, it's really great, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, some game I would like to pick up. I really would. So that's something to be great. So giving my initial thoughts about this direct, I'm gonna be honest. When I first look at this, it's a bunch of problems again. Shit. Okay, okay. It's back. Okay, so like I was saying, this direct, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I would have to say this is probably one of the most. It's one direct that I looked forward to be honest. And honestly, when I first heard that it was announced, honestly, looking back on the last directs, I felt like it was gonna be another JRPG and farm simulator game, a farm simulator type of direct. Because given on the last few directs, I didn't have really high hopes for it. Of course, I didn't because Nintendo's Nintendo, and you know the fact that we didn't get much around the end of 2022, which was like around November, which was around like October, November, December. We kind of were just like the directs were kind of getting boring, and with January that came around, it was honestly really sad, and I didn't have high hopes for it. So honestly, in my honest thoughts, I have to say that this direct was really like just um was really just something that I I really enjoyed, honestly. And the fact that this direct did so many things right with the announcements, with everything else, except for like the microtransactions, since we've seen those like bunch of times. Nintendo, l- get it straight. Let's get one thing straight, Nintendo. The let's get one thing straight, Nintendo. The one thing we probably don't need is DLC announcements. The DLC announcements we don't really need. The expansion pass things we don't really need for announcements. We really don't. And I'm speaking as a fan here. So that's kind of one thing that kind of growed me about this whole thing. That kind of griped me about this whole thing because it really started to annoy me. Um, but other than that, the announcements are pretty good. Pikmin 4 was a success. Metroid Prime Remastered was pretty good as well. So that was really something. And you know, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was really something, a really big announcement for gamers. Um, just a whole bunch of things you know, Nintendo did right with this direct, and it's something that we never seen in any other direct, that we never seen in any other ones before. And it was such a success. I really did enjoy it. So if you're looking for my thoughts, this is what my thoughts were. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better direct. I could not have asked for a better one. Neither one, neither for all, because I really did enjoy it. So just it was something incredible. And given the last few, I didn't really have high hopes. And the last few directs are very, very disappointing. And I really said that they were crap back in the day. Like, I really said that they were crap back in 2022. I really said that Nintendo Directs are crap. We're really just garbage, because these Nintendo Directs are nothing special. And yeah. Um but with this direct in particular on February 8th, this direct did deliver on many things. And I'm very impressed that Nintendo did kind of listen to us quite a bit and give us some big announcements, considering that these last two directs were absolutely abysmal and terrible and really just garbage. So I'm really glad that put their they they put themselves together and put a really great direct for us gamers. So that's something that's really going for them. But yeah, that's literally my honest thoughts about this direct. If you guys have anything that I missed, it's something that I really would like to discuss here. And I really would like to. So if you guys like to join the conversation in the comment section, because I'm about to end the stream soon. And also for the Lost Levels review, I haven't really started on that yet. I'll be honest, like, I've been quite busy with regulating myself, with exercise, with everything else. I'm just getting, you know, working on myself lately. And that's why I haven't had much time to really just sit down and kind of work on the review for this month. Like, I haven't really worked out like a time to really work on the review. So, because I've been focusing so much on myself um that I really haven't had time for the the review itself. So, but I will try to get it done this weekend. So, expect a review sometime around next week. So, um that's about when you can expect it. But just that's just how it works. Hey, Long time no see. I was expecting you like a lot earlier, but yeah. Yeah. Glad you found your way here. I really am glad that you found your way here. But I did talk a lot about the Nintendo Direct. Um, First initial thoughts. So, I gotta be honest. So, for people who have not joined the stream yet and are just joining, um, the Direct in my eyes is really something. And earlier I was talking about the announcements that were going on. The announcement for certain games, and the games are very interesting to say the least. Uh, you know, the fighting game that everybody kind of seems to be talking about. Um, Pikmin 4 was something great. It was just really great. Oh, what happened? So, yeah, that, Mario Kart was announced. Uh, Honestly, I would have expected something more. Yeah, yeah, that announcer wasn't that good, to be honest. It's not been really that good with that announcer. Honestly, if I could go, if like this dude wasn't really hosting the directs, uh, it would be very, it would just save, it would just save the directs in general. I mean, honestly, the dude that did the directs wasn't really that good, and I think it was just like a bunch of spiel, to be honest with you. And there was a lot of announcements pertaining to the biggest games, considering that the biggest games that were on there were the um yeah, the GBA and the Game Boy games. That that was the only notable announcement. And the what is it, the Metroid, ooh, I forgot now. Metroid Prime Remastered was one of the biggest ones. Uh, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I talked about that earlier. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was one of the games announced. Pretty interesting, I would say. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Pack got a brand new thing here too, which was a new character and just a brand new track. I gotta say, not interesting with the booster pack, and just it was something that really just lowered down the expectations. But I would say they did pretty good with the thing. Birdo is back in Mario Kart. Yeah, Birdo is back in Mario Kart. Waited a long time, but that it's been a long time coming. But I gotta say, there's no remastered tracks and tour, which, the last three waves were nothing but um remastered tracks and tour and other Mario Kart games, which to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I would have liked to see I would like to see at least 2 or 3 tracks would have made it to the Mario Kart remastered lists, like 3DS, because I know we just got 3DS Rainbow Road, the Wii Maple Treeway. I think we got the Coconut Mall too. But I would have liked to see at least that for something. I would have at least like to see that. But as far as I'm concerned, that could be something. That could be something that should have been worked out. Um, oh, like the original SNES tracks. Yeah, mm, yeah, the Super Mario Kart ones. Yeah, that those are very good, and Mario Kart 8 seems to do justice with those tracks. So it it is something that is really should be taken into account. Um, Other than that, not really much notable things other than like RPGs and stuff. Because there's a lot of RPGs in these directs, so there's probably nothing more interesting for you to see. Probably just like the Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, and maybe Pikmin 4, I would say, but that is probably the most notable. The rest is like just some RPGs, and maybe and um like a celebrity makeup thing. Yeah, it gets a 4 out of 10, honestly. And yeah, I would have to say it was good until it was ruined with RPGs and just crap that we probably didn't need, honestly. And at least to make up for it was the NSO. Even though I would have liked that the NSO would have been improved, which Nintendo should have done, which that could be something. Oh no, I haven't looked at the game that looked like Animal Crossing. No, I haven't looked at that one, but it seems, yeah, that seems kind of dumb, to be honest. That it looks like Animal Crossing, but then it doesn't. It's kind of confusing. Just saying, it's quite confusing. Um, but I have to say, I haven't seen that one yet, but just the notable announcements I kind of did, and I took some notes with I took some notes of direct on the day of the direct, or like the next day, cause like I didn't watch the direct until like a day later, until like yesterday, and I'm like, I need to get this direct out. So you can see that this direct was kind of like a big deal, and I wanted to get my thoughts out as quickly as possible here. And I wanted to do that yesterday, but I don't think I got the chance, though, since I was real busy. But today was a good day to do it. Um, yeah, I've given my complete thoughts about this, and um, I gotta admit, it wasn't really that interesting, to be honest, other than the few things that I mentioned. So it's yeah, I know it was garbage. I thought it was good, but based on what I've just described, it was garbage. Cause it, cause it, cause I had high expectations for it. Um, cause listen, cause listen. Earlier, I was I was talking about that this direct was kind of the step in the right direction, but then like I feel like it was But then, like, I realized, like, the direct didn't mention really good things. Games that honestly we really don't care about. Um, so it was kind of disappointing. Yeah, I know people don't really. I know some people don't really play Zelda, but like I said, Zelda is a really hyped game for it. So it was one of the big highlights, and a lot of people like Zelda. A lot of people. mm, Odyssey 2, listen, Odyssey 2, I probably don't think it's coming out for maybe a few years. I don't know. They have not announced anything yet, and Nintendo has seemed to let us down in the dark. And I'm gonna be honest. This direct was kind of an if for me. I was kind of expecting a little bit more, and based on what I wrote, um, there was a couple things that I did. The the Metroid, and so there's like a fashion Dream game, like a fashion game, and then there's like Dead Cells, and then Bayonetta's Origin. Probably most people don't really play that, but there's like a bunch of games that I really didn't care about, so I really didn't think to announce those, but I did announce it really, really earlier, and I announced the dates for it as well. But like I said, it was very bare bones, to be honest, and I thought, yeah, I gotta admit, yeah, I was kind of expecting to see more Nintendo IPs that just didn't show up. There was a lot of cool theories and retry. None of them were true. Yeah, yeah. I'll be pretty much the first one to admit, just a bare bones direct from based on what you told me, and based on what games were announced. I really didn't care for any of these games. I just don't really care for them. Um, there was like a fashion game. There was like all these different random games that I didn't really know, except for like Fire Emblem Engage. That's just DLC. A lot of DLC from what I hear. DLC is like the biggest one. Like I get we get announcements for DLC, but come on now. I don't need DLC up my butt like every single time we get a direct like this. Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, they're just screwed with us, and during the falling in about 5 months at this point, we will be getting the huge game we are looking for. Yeah, I get it, and just the fact that I, I'll be honest, like, if it's anything like we gotten for like the past few directs, I'm honestly very sad for the people that heard my thoughts initially for the direct before you came on here, which was that I thought it was a step in the right direction, which I can contradict that statement. I can I can honestly say that statement wasn't really true in my part, and I I'll admit the direct was terrible, was very mediocre, and I've been saying this for months. For months! I've been saying this for months since September. Since like September of last year. I've said this for months. The Nintendo Directs are freaking garbage. There's no question about it. These Directs, all of these are just are just DLCs. I'll be honest, they're just DLC. DLC, RPG, JRPG, some other bull crap that we don't really know. And you know, honestly, looking at the direct, my first thoughts was like, oh yeah, they were looking at the great big direction, but yeah, at least it wasn't an indie direct. But like I said, just time and time again, I've been saying this for the past few months since September. Like these directs are nothing special. These directs are just mediocre garbage. Where we have the DLC and stuff like that. Who wants to hear an announcement of DLC microtransactions? Who wants to hear about that? Nobody does. Nobody does want to hear about DLC. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear about these paid extra downloadable content that probably us gamers wouldn't get. I'll be the first to admit. Who wants to see that? I wouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't. And to me it just feels like they are just putting a DLC ad at this point. That's what it feels like at this point. I don't know what your thoughts are. I really don't know. It's one thing. It's one thing to say. They had a lot of third-party games and no hype behind it. Just in there as big announcements. Yeah, I gotta admit. Not really that great. I would say. It just doesn't feel right at this point. And yeah. I completely forgot about Pikmin. That is how little I care for it. Yeah, I know. A lot of people. I know a lot of people like Pikmin, but I think many people don't care for Pikmin. Neither do I, cause uh, honestly, it's one of those games that's been really hyped up, even with the Rise of the Kingdom, with Tears of the Kingdom. But like I said, um, those are the biggest ones in my opinion, and people who don't like Zelda, and people who don't like Pikmin, it just that probably don't have little care for it. They don't really care for it. I don't really care for them either. I don't know who I don't know what to even think at this point. Cause honestly, I don't really care for it. Cause I'm not even gonna buy it. And yeah, it's a big announcement, but what am I gonna get out of it? I feel like Pikmin is an acquired taste when it comes to gaming. Yeah, of course. A lot of things are an acquired taste when it comes to gaming. Even Zelda. A lot of people like Zelda, but there's just some people that don't like Zelda either. And I did play Zelda at one point, but I didn't really get into it, and honestly, I didn't really care for it at this point. So Zelda was not really the game for me, and I really enjoy just the first party IPs like Mario and just uh, the things that are coming to the Switch. You know, I feel like they let us down. You know, that's something. You know, I just don't understand. I don't understand when it comes to these directs. I don't understand why they had these things up so much to the point where they feel like to the point where where they feel they just have no purpose. Like these directs, these directs are just ads at this point. I just feel like these directs are ads, and that's how it's gonna feel like. Honestly, I don't know how you feel. I probably would suggest like it's probably ads at this point. So you know, directs feel like ads, advertisements on top of advertisements. So you know, yeah. So it's just like a big advertisement, like a 40-minute advertisement to you. So it's something. Yeah, yeah. Why would we want more Xenoblade, man? Nintendo is becoming a broken record, repeating big releases eh, in a pattern like watching the mind of an old person. It's sincerely sad. Oh wow. Oh dear God. Yeah. Yeah. That's really just sad to be honest, and I'll be the first to admit. Yeah, it just Nintendo just thinks like like we care about these announcements. To be fair, on Nintendo directs or advertisements, it's just that the good directs do it right. Yes, um, you know when the last when the last president that the last president that was here before I think the what is it? Oh God. Okay, it's back on. It's back on. Yeah, they should. Nintendo should actually evaluate the should evaluate what the fans want before making the actual directs. Yes, I know. We've been saying that as fans. We've been saying that for years. It's no question that we've been saying that for years upon years, and Nintendo doesn't seem to listen at this point, and it's just super sad. And I don't know. I felt I felt like we got some good things in there. We got some bad things in there, but it's like overtaken with but the bad things, and Nintendo doesn't seem to realize like we don't really want this. Like Nintendo doesn't really seem to care. At this point, should we really care about their products, and should we as gamers and customers of theirs, should we care about what they produce at this point, since they don't give a crap about us fans? Like, is that something that we should ask? It's something that we don't really know. Oh God, it's been going quite a while. Um, okay. Yeah, Nintendo is a company that loves their money and nothing more. Yeah, I get it. They they just they just keep doing it and doing it, and they just keep making eh, they keep making bad decision from bad decision, and it's just terrible. Okay, um, I will probably end this. I will probably end the stream, and I'm glad that you have come on before I even was gonna get off at this point, since it was like around like 40 minutes since I came onto the stream. It's like 50 minutes. It came around the 50-minute mark, and I was gonna end it soon at that point, but I'm glad you came ahead. So that was something. So but I'm gonna get off at this point, and a few announcements before I really just go is just is one thing here. So on the 17th, on which is on a Friday, next Friday, I won't be here because, well, I'm going on a trip for like about 2021, 22, so like for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So for 6 days, I'm going to be going off, and yeah, I know. But like I said, I'm gonna be gone for 6 days, so videos won't be up for like a couple days. You know, but I'll still try to get the review out as soon as possible. I haven't started yet because, well, I'm gonna be frankly honest. I've been really busy, and I've been focusing on myself. With exercises, and with college and stuff. It's just been kind of really hectic these last few weeks, so it's been kind of hard to do basically any work as of late. So um you probably won't expect that until maybe like a week or two, I would say. um but I'll try my best to get the Lost Levels review as soon as possible, and that's something. It's been actually quite interesting. I've been doing like once a week, so like on Tuesdays. So Tuesday is my day to go to college. So from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So it's been actually quite interesting, and it's not like a bunch of hours, so it's it's really just refreshing to see that I get to have like a couple hours to do classes, but um, but currently I'm taking a class on Adobe Photoshop, so that is something that is really taking up most of my time because the class is like 3 4 hours long, I would say. So from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So like the whole morning until like early afternoon. So I don't really get out until like 12 1 p.m. So Tuesdays are kind of like a really bad a really just good things here. So amazing thumbnails coming soon. Yes, of course, amazing thumbnails coming real soon. Yeah, I know. I've been working quite quite a bit on the Photoshop. So, yeah, you can expect really amazing thumbnails coming soon. Like at the end of the semester, I'll be doing that. So see where I get ahead on that. So, but I won't rush myself too much about that, because I usually use Canva for my thumbnails. So that's really something. But I really am practicing Photoshop and learning the things about it. So that's great in really retrospect. But that's something. So okay. So yeah. So that's why videos haven't been going up as recently. Uh, but yeah, college has been amazing. It's been fun actually, since you know it's good to kind of get out of the space where I'm in. So like, I like I've been doing, like, in the summer I done like a couple videos because I had more time on my hands, because like I didn't go until like last month. So it's like during the month of December, during the last 2 months of 2022, I didn't really do anything other than this. So I had a lot of more time on my hands. But college is taking quite a bit of time. Yeah, it's been going really good. So, but yeah, other than that, the review is coming along. But I haven't finished that yet, since college has gone through, and life has been kind of hectic. So um I really wouldn't expect a review maybe around when I can get that review done and over with, because I have a lot of stuff to do. So yeah, I really would I really would like to take my time on the review. So I haven't really started yet, since a lot of stuff has been going on. So yeah. So yeah. All right. So um I'm gonna be heading out. Uh, I'm gonna be going. I'm gonna be resting up for the night. So I'll say like a good night message to everyone. So good night, everyone. I hope you are really good. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in at the 50-minute mark. It's really just great to see you guys. It's really just great to see you guys, and it's really great to really just make something. Yeah, have a good night, you too. Of course, I'll stream tomorrow. I'll stream tomorrow, cause honestly, I would stream. I honestly like to do the streams on the weekends. So yeah, most likely the streams will be on the weekends. So I've been trying to keep like a consistent schedule of Friday and Saturday streams. Like weekend streams. And usually I did go for Sunday, but then I just didn't really keep up with the with Sunday streams since I had to do, since a lot of times I was kind of too lazy to do on a Sunday stream, but tomorrow is most likely. So yeah, and hope you're ready for that Super Bowl on Sunday, which that seems to be really good. But thank you very much. Anyways, I'll be I'll be getting I'll be going I'll be seeing you tomorrow.